Hey, it's me, Russell Peters. You're listening to the #1 KISS podcast in the world. Shout it out, Loudcast, with me, motherfuckers. And you know why? You could be having sex. You could be making love. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down. KISS. Stop pressing the button. Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. My name is Ace Riley. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the KISS times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's all. What are you talking about? 617-525-0850. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like KISS? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, KISS Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout Out Loudcast, episode 231. Out of Control. A KISS member, non-KISS album, Tom. We just had probably the best episode ever. Now we're going to do the best album we've ever reviewed.
I like to give our listeners a little bit of like whiplash. Like, oh, great. Oh, what a fantastic episode with Bruce. Next week, Peter Criss, Out of Control. Oh, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh,
Nope.
No, giving it away, Tom. I know this has been your favorite album of all time. We just gotta, drop it on slowly to the listeners. Well, Tom, last week was wow. The episode we did with Bruce, incredible. But let's get back to the feedback because we got a lot of it, and we'll try to still not do too much. But it was so positive for the most part that we got to talk a little bit about it. What was the poll we did?
So we tried to throw out 4 songs that Bob was a part of. Obviously, there was a ton of them, and most of them were awesome. So for the poll, we threw out Nowhere to Run, Naked City, It's All Right, and Larger Than Life. Nowhere to Run, 37%. Larger Than Life, well, maybe not surprisingly, but Larger Than Life, 27%. Naked City, 19%. It's All Right, 18%. So pretty good spread there. I mean, tons of stuff that people love by Bob. It's a great era. Our buddy Daryl Albert, Larger Than Life is in my top 10 KISS songs. Great playing by Bob, and whoever played drums killed it. Yeah, that's right. That's always like a little mystery there about who did the drums on those songs. Let's see. Nash Bandit says, Nowhere to Run was the first one of these I heard when I was a kid, so it has a special place in my heart. Naked City is a close second. It stirs up vivid imagery in my head of a city in the night walking the streets under the city lights. Makes me wish it had a music video. Good point. Let's take a look at the episode itself. Again, guys, let's just preface this by saying we cannot thank everybody enough. Tons and tons of amazing, great feedback. We're so glad that you guys enjoyed the episode as much as we did. We got a ton of text messages, DMs, private emails, just amazing stuff. And we're very, very grateful that you guys reached out to us to tell us how much you enjoyed this great episode.
Yeah, a lot of our podcasting brethren personally reached out, which means a lot to us. A lot of people did that. And thank you very much. They know who they are, and we really appreciate it. It was really nice.
Yep. Coach Green said, this episode made me like Bruce even more, if that's possible. Class act all the way. You did a great job with the interview. One of your best shows, and I've been here a long time. Yes, Coach Green, thank you very much. We know that. Great stuff.
Coach Green, is he a football coach? Do the guys go, Coach, what do we play before we get into the game to get us all pumped up? That'd be Peter Criss, Out of Control.
Out of Control? Yeah. Oh, God. Maybe not. A rare tweet from our buddy TD Zelt, also known as Tracy. Yeah. Epic episode, guys. Bruce always shares great stories and still has such a passion for the fans. I look to him and his band to carry on the KISS legacy. Love you, fuckos. Oh, Tracy, we love you, and we love that you still call us that. Thank you.
She loves to refer to us as
love it.
Fuckos.
Fuckos.
Hey,
love
what
it.
a great way to call us, right? We're doing a Peter Criss album. And
That's
who
right.
else loves to say, hey, fuckos?
So that kind of originated with a Peter impression. That's right.
Yep.
So, all right, that's Twitter. What do you got there on the Book of Face?
We got a lot, and I'll try to get through this
all right.
rather quickly. If I can. Can you read the comments rather quickly, Zeus? I got to take a shit.
Hey, how come you doing Peter's album? Ace, we already did Trouble Walking.
I do have trouble walking.
Forgot all about it. Too busy over here dancing with danger. I forgot. There's a reason we just made that joke, and you'll hear about it sooner than later.
Oh.
No, Ace is not coming on the show, if that's what people think that hint was. No, it's not.
Keith Rochford. Amazing episode in a beautifully done tribute to one of the unsung heroes in history. Bruce is easily one of the nicest people in music, and you can hear the pride he has both in his time and his brother's time with KISS. Top tier episode, killer job.
Thank you, Keith.
Joey Romanek,
America's favorite realtor, who I don't know what he does more, sells houses or does curls in the gym.
10-pound girls, whatever he was working with.
By the way, if you guys aren't follow him on TikTok, we convinced him to change his TikTok handle to America's favorite realtor.
Anybody in the Tampa area, the Florida area, hook him up.
There it is. There it is.
I was finally able to finish this episode this morning. Awesome interview. Bruce never gives scripted answers to any question, Paul, which is refreshing from a KISS member. One thing that I'm not sure I've ever heard explained is why Bob was never a candidate to be a full-time member of KISS after Ace left. Was it the image, the bald head, the handlebar mustache? Definitely wasn't very KISS-like. I think Bruce had mentioned something along the line like Bob was already like doing things like with Meatloaf and them by that point in time, getting paid pretty well. And I think he kind of liked that autonomy, I guess, at that point. I believe
I think so too. Yeah. Hold on. Don't blame the bald head. But so you're being an anti-baldite here. Come on. Stop it.
Anti-baldite?
Yeah, Seinfeld reference. Come on.
Kevon Japson.
Giggity.
One of the best episodes you guys have ever done. I listened twice. I love his analysis of his brother's playing. I was fortunate enough to meet him quite a few times, and he was always so nice. Bruce is the best, and that was really a touching interview. I would rate this full erect on the Hustler rating.
See, he can't be 100% serious. He has to throw in a Jepson quote in there. Love it. By the way, he wrote that comment in between him trying to prove that the earth is flat. Did you know that?
Conspiracy.
Sorry, Jeps. I love you, buddy. I had to get that little one in there. I love you, buddy. You know that.
Zane Beasley. Bruce has got to be the nicest rock star on the planet. And that has to be the most, if not only time I've ever heard him cuss. Class act as always. In just my opinion, Crimson Idol is Bob's masterpiece.
Okay.
And, Bruce mentioned that a couple times. Carolyn Kelt. Great episode. Brilliant hearing Bruce talk about Bob's input and the potential BK mob release in the future. Ordered more teas, which are already on their way.
All right. Thank you, Carolyn. That's awesome. Excellent.
Cade Fulling, favorite SIOL episode ever. Great job, guys. Over on Loudcasters page, Tom. Charles Eaton, not to be confused with Mark Eaton from the Utah Jazz.
He's a handsome man. Well, Charles and Mark, I'm sure both are.
Just when you think you can't find Bruce to be any freaking cooler, he's freaking cooler. His interviews never disappoint. You guys were killers, puns intended, on this one.
Nice. Thank you.
Over on Instagram, No Classa Rockarola. One of my favorite episodes so far. Ant Creek 22. Bruce's band should be opening for KISS this last leg so he can do KISS songs we don't hear from this era. I hate to say it, buddy. We all think that. It ain't happening, though, unfortunately.
That's exactly why they're not opening for KISS, because they'll be better than KISS.
Yeah, exactly. Over on YouTube.
YouTube.
About the Funk. Bruce is fast becoming my favorite all-time member of KISS for his down-to-earth vibe, no pretentiousness. Good show, guys. Nice tribute to Bob.
Thank you.
Mr. Antonio FS4 Jr. I don't know what happened to the other Mr. Antonio. Everyone's like, it seems like everyone's YouTube handles changed. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, maybe.
Thank you for an amazing tribute to a great musician, Bob Kulick. Bruce sharing song insights like the injection of the ending tribute on You Keep Me Hanging On into Take Me Away Together as One. And if it wasn't enough, Bob possibly playing on Parts of Danger during Creatures had me running to listen to these songs as soon as the episode was over. Absolutely one of your greatest shows ever, TNZ.
Thank you.
Let's give a shout out here to Marty White, who says, damn, this was a blast. I've been in the hospital for 9 days with a case of COVID that won't quit. This lifted my spirits. Ooh. Marty, we all wish you the best and get well soon. We love you, brother.
Yeah.
And, we hope you're doing better. And please let us know how you are. Reach out, okay?
Get well, my friend.
Mike Brewer says, this is your best serious episode yet.
That's going to be a separate category now.
Yes. Andy Patterson. First of all, congrats TNZ on a great episode. BK is such a great guy and probably my favorite KISS lead guitarist if I had to choose. My first KISS concert is also my first concert ever, 1992 Revenge in Atlanta. I was 13. My big brother Chris took me. He's about 4 years older, got me addicted to KISS around 6 years old. My favorite memory is sneaking from the nosebleed seats to third row directly in front of Kulick, where he played the beautiful Forever solo. Then BK saluted my brother and I as he switched back to electric guitar to finish the song. My brother and I shared this fond memory until he passed away at 33. Unexpectedly. Rest in peace. So hearing Bruce speak with pride and respect about his big brother, Bob, whose lead licks I've always truly loved as well. It reminds me of that great memory Bruce Kulick gave me, my big brother and I. Thank you, Tom and Zeus, for letting me share a little history with you. P.S. Really love BK's band Blackjack with Michael Bolton, especially the first album. I'll bet I'm not the only Loudcaster who would enjoy an episode on Blackjack. Maybe that's next year. You never know. We're doing one of these albums from a KISS member every year. So, and if Bruce Kulick were to one day read this, I just want to thank you, of course, for the great memories and incredible music over the years, but just for being a great, positive, kind, and generous inspiration. Andy Patterson.
Andy, God bless, my friend.
Yeah, and God bless your brother, and thanks for listening as well, Andy.
Yeah.
The last I'm going to read here is from good buddy Montreal 394, not Voots.
What happened to Voots?
I'm telling you, everybody's things changed. I don't know what's going on. Just wow, guys. Just listen to the show a second time. I'm sure you two never imagined when you started the podcast that you'd one day be joined by Bruce Kulick for such an extended and detailed review and discussion of so many KISS classic tunes. You're right on that front. The work and dedication you guys continue to put into Shout It Out Loudcast is only topped by the down-to-earth, hanging out with friends vibe the show constantly has for listeners. This is what separates you from the rest and was surely a huge factor in allowing Bob an opportunity to smile from above at such a perfect tribute to his talent and legacy from you guys and his brother Bruce. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. Jesus. Thank you.
Costa, you rock, my friend.
Wow. Oof.
Hey, I'll see you in Greece, buddy, in a couple of weeks. Tom, over to you.
All right, let's blow through a couple emails here because we want to get to this fantastic multi-platinum selling album.
I think Tom wants to subconsciously do more feedback so we don't have to get to the episode. That's all right.
All right, this one comes from our good buddy and fellow Patreon and Granite Stater, AJ White.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
AJ.
Hey, guys, out fucking standing. You absolutely knocked out of the park. Such an amazing interview with Bruce. You both conducted this with such class and professionalism, no geeked out fanboy bullshit. I think we talked about it during the live cast, but I am not a fanboy and can't stand them. When someone famous shows up at my work, they wait for a table just like everyone else. LOL. I think this is one of your best episodes yet. I am blessed to have seen Bruce with KISS countless times. He's fucking awesome. Such a class act and so humble. Awesome to hear him go into such detail about Bob and some of the greatest KISS songs ever. I love the fact that he doesn't shit on anyone like some members and ex-members. Incredible to hear his comments about Ace. Absolutely 5 stars. Can't wait to hear what's next, AJ White. Well, AJ, thank you for those kind words, but I am sorry to tell you what's next. And it is Peter Criss Out of Control. So.
Peter Criss solo album.
Love you, buddy. Love you. We again, guys, we got so many emails, so much stuff. I'm going to fly through one more here. This comes from our good buddy, the Taxman, Tony Barone.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, the interview with Bruce was the best. No offense to other guests, but this level of detail and insight to the inner workings of KISS was amazing. He is so down to earth and gracious to spend time with you guys. Keep up the great work because it's paying off getting the fabulous guests. I encourage other listeners to join Patreon so us listeners can keep listening to this great content. Pretty soon, Gene will be on your show. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, ABCPA Inc. Love it, Tony. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the kind words very much. Love it.
So
Love
cool.
it.
All right, Tom, we got one more I'm going to read from actually Facebook, okay?
Okay.
This is from Pierre Plante Privé. I hope I'm saying that right, Pierre. All music lovers should listen carefully to this interview. A discussion in words that take us behind the creative process and then encourage us to listen to the songs in question with a new ear and with a new approach. It's always fascinating to hear musicians explain what makes a song stand out and what we should pay attention to. I would also be remiss if I forgot to mention Bruce's preparation for this interview. Yeah, we talked about that, Tom.
Yep.
Bruce wanted to get everything ready. So,
yep.
It's easy to guess that he approaches this meeting with you very seriously, which shows not only the respect he has for his brother Bob, but also for the listeners of the podcast. What a gentleman. We would have listened to him again and again. Awesome episode. Tom, you thanked him. And then he wrote, thank you back. Great work once again. That's why people like Bruce takes your podcast seriously. It's because the quality of work and your dedication over the years. Pierre, that is fantastic. Much appreciated. Thank you for the kind words. And it's comments like that that makes us want to work harder and get you better content. And for that, Pierre, you are comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
Pierre, fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much for taking the time to write that. Truly appreciate those kind words. And again, we're so glad that you and everyone out there really enjoyed this episode as much as we had recording it with Bruce. So very excited for that. So thanks, everybody.
And Tom, what we do next is we go over to give a tribute and a thank you and an appreciation for our Patreon family.
Yes.
Tom, again, we got a new Patreon member. This one is Michael Kreider, not to be confused with Stonehill tough guy Michael Criss. I don't think I've ever met Michael Criss at Stonehill. It was just that name. It just makes me laugh.
It's just, I remember him. It's
you do?
Just leave it at that.
Was he a tough gangbanger?
He was the exact opposite.
Ooh, Michael Criss?
Yeah, he was not a Crip, put it that way.
Anyways. Yeah. Michael Kreider, thank you so much for joining. We say this every week. We cannot appreciate and thank you, Patreon family members, enough. The Patreon family keeps growing, And as you heard, fellow taxman and advertiser Tony Barone joined the Patreon family. We are in preparation right now for the ARC album review Patreon pick. That is one of the perks. Also, more episode involvement, feedback, message board, merchandise, video chats, polls. You guys contribute to the show and you guys get something in return. There are 4 different tiers. Find out which tier you are interested in. You can do that by going to the Patreon website. Go to our website first.
Go to him.
Fucking
sorry.
Go to him.
Go to him.
But I have no gift to bring.
Go. Look upon the newborn king.
Go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, and right on the landing page, there's an icon there. Click it. It says Patreon, and it'll tell you all about our Patreon page. I'm telling you, everybody that's joined is very happy. We have a nice, tight-knit family there. They have a lot of fun, and it keeps growing. And the reason it keeps growing is because it's worth it, and you're helping the show. We can't thank you enough. We can't do it without you. The show has been constantly growing. We get great guests like Bruce, and that's because we try to provide you with the best quality show we can. And the reason we can do that is because of Patreon. So please subscribe, look into Patreon, help the podcast grow, and we appreciate it. We can't thank you enough. And thank you, Michael Kreider, for joining Patreon.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much, especially big shout out to Michael for joining, becoming the latest member of the family, which keeps growing. And we're forever grateful for everything that you guys provide to us, regardless of what tier you decide to join. All of it helps, and continued thanks we give every week to you guys. So thank you.
Patreon, man. Patreon. Ding dong, man. Ding dong.
I was going to say that, but I didn't know if that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I think that's what was in my head.
Okay, me too.
Michael Criss.
Ding dong, man.
I'm
Ding
waiting
dong.
for somebody to text us. Hey, I got somebody named Michael Criss in our accounting firm. Is that him? Anyway, Tom, what we do next is we go over to Kiss World, find out what's going on there. Anything?
Just the tour. Right now, we're recording on Wednesday, July 5th, and they will be playing in London on this date. And then they got a couple London dates. So that's about it in terms of Kiss World. We have some Kiss related news, don't we, Zeus?
Yeah. Anybody seen my manager? I can't tie my shoelaces. Somebody needs to help me out.
Dude, what the come on, man. Wow.
Apparently, Ace's manager, what's his name there, John,
Yep.
got into a fight. I heard it was with the promoter of Ace, money not being paid properly or whatever. He got arrested for being shit-faced, resisting arrest, and all sorts of shit. Got released. Hey, I don't got fucking a nickel to fucking release you, brother. You're going to have to stick in jail or get somebody else to hook you up.
Sorry, John. I'm trying to hawk these rubber ducky socks out in front of the precinct, but nobody's interested.
Hey, John, maybe if you came up with some better ideas than fucking selling my shitty CDs or fucking LPs for the 40th time, we'd have some money in the bank, but we got nothing.
I mean, what are we doing? Come on, man. And I'm not going to name any names, but there's some people like, oh, no, it was this. This is what happened. Like, that's relax there, counselor.
Yeah, all I was saying, I made a point to say, like, this is who's supposed to be watching him.
No, you're right. That's the thing.
I'm sure that's not a lot of fun. Ace watching him fucking get all liquored up.
Well, that's the thing is that Ace is trying to maintain a sobriety, and usually if you're recovering and try to maintain sobriety, you try to surround yourself with people who are also doing the same thing, not your manager who's shit-faced getting locked up.
And let's be honest, like, we love teasing about this stuff with Ace.
Yeah.
But that's because Ace has the personality to be able to do this. Like, think about how when we tease Paul, we get angry. With Ace, it's fucking funny. We're just kidding. We love him, and we hope his manager's okay. From what we've heard from anybody that knows John,
they love him.
Say he's a great guy. They love him.
Yep.
So we hope, it doesn't seem like this is going to stick or hurt him really. So we had a little bit of fun with it. But the other aspect of this is somebody put some more Ace videos online. They got to cut this shit out. I think his girlfriend put up this is him doing Rocket Ride. And of course,
Lara, stop recording. Stop recording.
Yeah. The video starts with her face. Oh,
Of
that's
course.
Ace really? Dude.
Of course.
Whatever. And I'm not going to go there, and then it goes, she wants a rocket ride. Dude, it is horrendous.
We say this in weeks. Ace is playing down the street from me in my city, and we don't even have tickets yet. I want to see. I want to see how low they're going to go if we decide to go.
He does the same thing, doesn't he? He talks when he's trying to sing.
Yep.
He's missing every other word.
He's barely playing
next
the guitar.
to the mic.
Yeah.
He's just throwing picks out for fun. It's not even playing. And he does this new move where I shouldn't say it's new, but he overdoes it now. And where he takes his right hand and bangs it on the side of the back of the Les Paul. I'm fucking the guitar with my hand. That's all he does. What the fuck, dude? She wants a rocket ride. She wants a rocket ride. I'm not kidding. That's better than what he's doing.
Hey, John, what are you doing over there? Fucking falling down. Stop it. You're my manager.
Somebody please get him to sing less.
He is just, I'll use the word nicely. He is deteriorating rapidly. Okay.
I don't use backing tracks. Well, you fucking oughta.
No shit, Ace. Oh, God. That's about it, though. That's about it in KISS world.
Yeah. And the only other thing is that silly Gene meme going around.
Oh yeah.
And it just gets overdone. It just fucking.
But you know what, though? Again, I got to give credit what credit's due. He has some fun with it. He's not like he likes to, he can laugh at himself. And that's
it was a good 5 minutes of it. And then just fucking people.
Oh, yeah. Then the internet takes over. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Of course. The internet, the internet ruins everything.
Everybody ruins everything.
Yeah.
As everybody. We haven't told you guys yet. And if you don't realize yet, we hate everybody.
We hate it, except for Bruce.
Except for our loudcasters.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, some, but
some. We'll leave it alone.
Nameless.
No.
And most podcasters and most bandmates.
Most people.
Bands.
Most people.
Yeah. And most anybody we could think of. Yeah. Miserable fucks. But it's funny.
Of course, it's funny. We got a great episode that'll help us out of this misery. Ugh.
Well, coming up next, these guys are going to review my 1992 album, Out of Control. I think I cut that one on Casablanca Records. I think Pepe Castro was the producer on this one. Can't wait to give it a spin.
Well, we're back. We were just going to take like an extended break and record 2 hours of silence. But we're back and we're going to get into it. And oh boy, we're going to get into it. Woo.
All right, Peter, you ready to get this one? Is this your album or mine? I can play anything. I just needed some songs. All right, Tom. We do these once a year, an album by a KISS member outside of KISS.
Yep.
So it's Peter Criss time, baby.
Ooh.
Out of Control.
Yep. Yeah, I will just start off and just say this. I love it. So for people who are on Facebook, there's some individuals out there, the rockologists, who re-released Out of Control and Let Me Rock You on vinyl for the first time in like, I don't know, probably ever, like 40 years. Mm-hmm. And of course, because I'm a Christard, I bought the vinyl. Never opened it until we decided to do this episode. I swear to God, I have never heard a single song from this album until me and you decided that we're going to review it for the episode. Never heard a song from it.
Lucky you. Anyway, Out of Control, Peter Criss.
Yep.
Obviously, this came out right after he left KISS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The album was released September 8th, 1980. They only had one single. It didn't chart. The album didn't chart. Not surprising. It was produced by Peter Criss and somebody named David Wolford, which I think has a lot to do with what's on this album. David Wolford has produced or been with like the Four Tops, Peaches and Herb.
Nice.
And Barbara Streisand and Paul Anka and Lynn Anderson.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, he didn't produce Motorhead and Metallica's first demo. Peter began working on this before he officially was out of KISS. So
well, yeah, it's funny because Unmasked was recorded between January and March of 1980, and this was recorded from March to July of 1980.
Yeah.
So I mean, and a lot of we know that Peter wasn't really involved, if at all, with anything Unmasked. But yeah, right on the heels of that.
And some of the feedback I got were from Peter's book. So Peter says the title was a shout out to Glickman and Marx because they would always say, "Peter, you're out of control."
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
well, not on this album.
You're a bad boy.
Yeah. The other interesting thing that I thought was that it was released on Casablanca Records, same label as KISS at the time.
Yeah. Originally, he wanted to have Vinnie Poncia produce this.
Oof.
I don't know if that's a positive thing.
I don't know. I mean, I like Vinnie Poncia, but not
believe it or not, Peter thought that the songs were heavier than his solo album.
I don't even know how to comment on that.
Yeah, I don't know what his.
I mean, maybe because there's no like easy thing on this album, even though there's pretty close.
There's slower songs than easy thing on this. Peter's band, he said, he liked having a lot of all white Italians who had soul perform on this album.
What Italian is on this thing other than Tony Mercandante? There's every other buddy. You got Steve Lukather, who has a career. Stu Woods, Benny Harrison. They sound like real good Italian fellows.
Well, since you did that, I was going to wait, but let's cut to that right now real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Out of Control has got Peter playing lead and backing vocals, the drums and percussions. Stan Penridge Farms doing guitars and backing vocals. Steve Lukather, the famous Toto guitarist, on guitars. David Wolford on guitars and synthesizer. Tony Mercandante, bass guitar and backing vocals. Stu Woods, bass guitar. Benny Harrison, synthesizer, keyboards, backing vocals. Ed Walsh, synthesizer programming. Greg Xanthus Winter, synthesizer programming. David Buskin, backing vocals. And George Young, saxophone. Where will they run? Yeah, I don't know where the Italians came from. They all changed their names, apparently.
Maybe back then it wasn't cool to be Italian, so they gave themselves stage names.
Peter's life was just, he was in what probably was what he thought was a decent marriage, but really, his second wife, who was the model and stuff, was cheating on him. They were just about to have a kid. He just left KISS. He had a lot of shit going on. And obviously this album did not sell at all, didn't chart, nothing. And he said you could only find the album overseas, but you couldn't really sell for shit here.
Yeah.
And he said he went over and he spoke with Bill.
Yep.
And Bill told him, "Hey, man, sorry, but they buried your album. They couldn't have you come out with a big hit." Buddy, KISS didn't bury this album. I'm sure they would be jealous if it found some success. But I don't think the reason this album didn't sell was because of KISS.
Well, two things. I just wanted to back up to the Italian musician thing. I mean, of course, Peter's Italian and changed his name from Chris Cole to Chris. So these musicians could have done the same thing. But yeah, bury the album. I don't know if I think they probably did bury it, but that's not what killed it. I think they
buried it because what's on it, not because what's in it. Like, not because it's Peter.
I think I think we both might be right. I think they buried it because it's not good, and I think they buried it because they can't have Peter on Casablanca having success with KISS on Casablanca at the same time. I don't think they want that, or at least maybe KISS and Bill Aucoin didn't want that. I don't know.
Peter said Bill told him that they blackballed him.
Okay. Sounds like a businessman. Sounds like a manager's quote, but that's okay.
Yeah. I I don't know. I'll be honest.
I don't know
This
either.
is not, in my opinion, why it didn't sell.
Right.
I wish Peter came out of this with, look, there's a lot of parts. We'll get into it when we get into the stuff. Peter is my favorite member from KISS.
Yep.
But he's not a business guy, and he doesn't plan ahead, and he doesn't watch what he's doing. And so he probably didn't put that big of an effort into it. He didn't probably try to figure out, hey, what's the best thing? Who's the best producer? What band? What sound? Where do I go? How can I fucking promote this? What's the next step of my career? He was still having money rolling in from KISS, so he fucking probably didn't give a shit. Had a gorgeous new wife telling him he's the man, and just went in this half-ass.
Yeah, I think another thing too. I could call it a problem if you want to. I think the other thing too is that Peter does not come from a hard rock background. As anybody who's a KISS fan knows that he comes from a jazz and a soft rock and a swing background. Like for example, even Ace's debut solo album, not the 78, but Freely's Comet. I mean, forget about Ace's vocals and stuff. A lot of those songs, like, they rock. They got heavy drums, heavy guitars, guitar solos, guitar riffs. This is Peter can't do that. So you combine that with what you said about his drive and where his head was at and what was going on in the musical landscape in 1980. And this is why we get out of control.
The problem too is that there is talent there. Yes,
I agree.
Songwriting there.
Yes.
He is, you've heard me talk about this many times. He's like a Don Felder in the Eagles. Comes up, has some good ideas. He needs the Fry and the Henley. Like, okay, let me take that, step the fuck away, and I'll put some Hotel California lyrics on what you just came, or Victim of Love, and I'll let me fix this. Same thing. Like, what is this called? Beck? All right, Peter, I like it. Yeah, Peter. Give it a Bob and let Bob work around it and come up with something.
He didn't have that.
Here
on
is
this album.
him and Stan Pendridge.
Yep.
Doing, like, I always think of like him and Stan, like doing like Boogie Nights. So clueless in the studio, going, yeah, man, this rocks, and just spending money and somebody that no one gives a shit. It's like, oh yeah, this is great. Put this shit out. They'll do well.
It's a great analogy. I think this album is a product of just someone who's just completely detached and coked out, to be honest with you.
And has no one,
no clue.
That's
Nobody
got his back to be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
As I'm listening to this album, all I could think of was, well, I thought of a lot of things that we'll get into, but I'm thinking, like, who is this for? What is your ultimate? Are you just like purging your emotions right now and just writing songs that are important to you and you don't give a shit if anybody buys this? Because I know that in 1980, this was like, soft rock, AM Gold,
Air Supply,
Air Supply, Barry Manilow, Barbara, like that was very popular. But the big problem here, but the big problem here, at least for me, I can't shake the Peter Criss from KISS connection. I can't do that. I can't do it. And that's my problem. But I'm wondering if everybody else is the same thing. We always say it's like, not that this is a great album, but if this had someone else's name on it, would be like, okay, it's kind of corny and it's cheesy, but it's 1980. But when you put Peter's name on it, you're like, oh, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Kind of like his solo album, kind of like his solo album in 78.
Yeah. There's a lot to kind of dissect.
Yeah.
It's not like these songs are deep. It's knowing the background of Peter Criss and KISS.
Yeah.
You can read into a lot of this stuff.
Oh, totally.
And your mind starts going, oh, this is fucking this or that. And we'll get to it. But before we get to that and get to the tracks, we always got to do the album cover.
Yep. Yeah. I'll be completely honest with you. I know it's dated and it's of the time. I actually kind of like it. I think the animation style is kind of neat. I like how it's got an exploding jukebox with vinyl records flying all over the place. Lots of bright colors. The animation is kind of cool. Like I think it's reminiscent of the Unmasked cover, to be honest with you. In terms of
a lot of stuff going on it.
Right. It's very it's very comic booky.
It's got his hot wife in the bottom left.
Yeah. But one thing I noticed too, because again, we're KISS tards and we look at this, the guy on the right with the maroon shirt and the blue tie. Okay. Look at his shoes. He's got those Cousin Eddie white shoes on in the bottom. And you can tell that's 1980. But I do like the cover. Now, the funny thing about this cover, when you see the album title, Out of Control, okay? You see an exploding jukebox like, oh, this album's going to rip. Ooh. Oh, boy.
Yeah, the album artwork was Todd Shore. The idea was Peter's, supposedly. And he did want him to put his wife into that. But, it's not bad.
I actually, honestly, I like it. I like the colors. I like how it's comic booky. And again, I'm wondering if if he was trying to do something like, because Unmasked came out right around this, and obviously Unmasked is comic book. So I don't mind it. I think it's kind of creative.
Yeah. So we're going to go through the tracks, 10 tracks. We're not doing as time goes by.
No.
The little 10-second thing there from Casablanca.
And one interesting thing too, and it's funny because on the vinyl of this, and I don't have the CD, so I don't know if the CD is the same, but Peter did what Kiss did. And I don't know if this is a Casablanca thing. The songs are not in order on the back of the album. Remember how Kiss did that all the time?
Yeah.
So
I heard.
It's the same thing. They're all out of order. So.
Yeah. Ready to get into the tracks?
Oh, God. Yes.
First track.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. I was just about to say I'm trying to be a professional, but we're not professional. By myself. Peter, what are you? What are you? This has to be first of all, not only is the song just horrendous, this has to be the single worst album opener in the history of album openers. This is your first foray into a solo career. The name of the album is Out of Control. And this is some horseshit. It's just terrible. I don't know what else to say. When I put it this way, Zeus, an album has trouble when you're consistently laughing while listening to it. Okay.
It's probably because, all right, let me start.
Go ahead.
By Myself, written by Peter Criss, Stan Pendridge, and David Wolfart. Whatever, Wolfart. I don't know. Might as well been. Oh. I guess David Wolfart brought this song into Peter.
Ugh.
And in Peter's book, he's like, wow, why not? Another People's Choice Award? Maybe it's another Beth.
No, it's not.
So it was their only single. It didn't chart. Go figure. It's the same thought. Whoever thought to start my solo career outside of KISS with this song.
Yep.
And in addition, did you notice this part? Because you're so like this can't be it. No, what? There's no drums on it. For the drummer from KISS.
Right. Exactly.
The first song has no drums.
Right. And are we supposed to feel bad for him? Like is this his way of saying like, oh, I got kicked out of KISS. Like now I'm by myself. Like feel bad for me.
Yeah. Like Ozzy's Goodbye to Romance. Like bye guys. I'm on my own.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
This is By Myself.
And it's got like that little like flute thing.
Yeah. This is in Eric Carmen's All By Myself, which was released in 1975, not 1980.
Right. Right.
It's supposed to be thought-provoking. I'm thinking, like, oh, beautiful. Let's just send a Peter Criss. He's just a vocalist. He's a song performer.
Yeah, you are not. This is not Simon and Garfunkel. Okay, like you can't do this.
So I try. I've listened to the song long enough. I've heard it a bunch of times, even prior to us recording this. So I've gotten past all what I just said. It's terrible this time. So I think to myself, what would I say if this was the closing track? You know what I would say? I'd be like,
not bad.
Lyrics okay. It's kind of wimpy a little bit, but Peter makes it work because of his voice. Not something I'd look for. Okay. But, I could get it because I'd say, oh, Peter's doing something biographical.
Yes.
Like, all by myself. I've just left the band and he's singing like, you almost feel like it's part of a TV sitcom. Like, all right, everybody, the gang's broken up. And they all leave, and Peter's alone on a piano in the bar, and the lights are down. Mm-hmm. Like, okay. But to be your first solo album, and this is what opens it, whoever is, again, the producer or the fucking his manager.
Yep.
Didn't have anybody be like Gene or somebody be like, are you fucking insane to open your album with this?
Right. Now, I wanted to ask you, because I don't know if you commented, when I said I had literally never heard this album before. Do you have a lot of like past experience with this album?
I've had some. I listened to it. Of all the Peter albums, I've listened to this the most.
Okay.
So I kind of knew it, and I figured that this was going to be our next album from a KISS member. So every once in a while, I'd listen to it a little bit of again.
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie to you. When I would hit play, it all of a sudden, ding, ding, ding.
Skip.
I'm like, Tom is going to fucking flip his lid when he's like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the opening track.
When I first heard it, I was like, this has got to be a good. I'm like, maybe I accidentally put this on shuffle on Spotify. This can't be it.
My thought is to something like Sonny or Tony listening to this.
Well, they're going to love it.
And like shitting on Peter, and my mind is like, I fucking can't defend it though.
And we're only
I wouldn't be able to defend it.
No.
Again, I would say if this was at the end of the album, I'm like, not bad. So
you defend it. It's like it's not that different from When You Wish Upon a Star. It's at the end of Gene's album because it's a personal song for him. He's not going to open up his solo album with it.
Perfect example, Tom.
Right.
Imagine Gene goes, Gene's solo. So look at the fucking cover. Gene looks like a badass. I'm going to play Gene's solo album first.
You hear fucking Jiminy Cricket when you put the fucking album on.
All right. Let's get into some trouble.
Ooh. All right. In trouble again. Okay. All right. Now I'm kind of on board here. Why is this not the opening track? Okay. Again, it's 1980. So it's not super heavy and you don't expect that from Peter. But as I'm listening to this, I'm like, this sounds like a KISS demo. This could have been like a demo from like that late era. Maybe not like Dynasty or even Unmasked, but maybe something from like rock and roll. Like this has the framework of a KISS song if you gave it to like Paul and Gene or Eddie Kramer. There's some guitar. There's a little bit like his vocals are a little bit kind of aggressive, a little raspy. So I'm like, okay, all right, maybe he got By Myself out of the way and we'll get into a little bit of rocking. The only thing that was kind of annoying about this particular song is near the end, like after the solo, I think it's the solo, all of a sudden they add on this effect where it keeps going, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, what? I'm like, you got to turn that down a little bit. That's like overpowering the whole song, but not bad. This was not bad.
In Trouble Again, written by Peter Criss and Stan Penridge. What I enjoy is if I listen to this album and you didn't tell me who wrote it, and you would say, these are the songs, and there are many of them like this, that is just Peter and Stan Penridge. And then these are the songs that, like this producer who's worked with Barbra Streisand and Paul Anka has helped write the song. I'd be able to tell the difference in 2 fucking seconds.
Yep.
There's a common theme here. When Peter and Stan Penridge are here, the lyrics are beyond simple.
Oh, that's another thing. They're not simple.
They're not stupid, but they're simple and predictable. So when you hear the line and Peter says the word, you know what the next rhyme word's going to be because the way he pronounces it and how simple it is.
Thank you for saying that because that's the entire album. You're like, oh, he just said would. Well, here comes could. Like,
can't stand. Something's coming up with your man.
Always, exactly. It's
Complain?
It's like
something insane.
It's like Mad Lib's song lyrics. It's like it's so easy,
but they're not like stupid Ace lyrics.
No, they're just basic
simple,
and predictable. Yeah, right.
And it's almost as though Tom, he said, go in the room and write this song In Trouble Again. And they gave it to me and you.
Yeah.
Me and you would have come back with lyrics like this. Like, I've never written a song ago, but all right, what rhymes with glad? Like, it's not that bad, but like.
Oh, no, it is.
I could tell this is Stan Penridge and Peter Criss and that other guy who wrote for some big names is not involved because the lyrics in the previous song aren't bad. There may be a wimpy song, but the lyrics, you didn't think about the lyrics.
Right.
when it's a Penridge Criss song, you pick up on lyrics and not as a positive thing.
Totally true. Agreed. Yep.
All right. I wrote also, finally, some guitar.
Yep.
I don't know if it's Steve Lukather, but he's really good. When you hear his guitar on this album, it's very melodic.
Yeah.
It's cool. I think he does a great job, and it's not overly done. I think whoever did the guitar, and I think it's him, really shines on this album when he's allowed to. I think Peter does a good job on the vocals on this. There's one other thing. The chorus. Do you not pick up on "Get Ready" from the Temptations? Dun, 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 dun.
You have a better ear for that than me, but okay, yeah.
That's Get Ready. Get Ready from the Temptations.
All right.
It does. He says it right after the chorus.
Okay.
Anyways, better.
Yeah.
Not great.
No.
But better. Let's see when song number 3 gets us.
Where Will They Run? Okay, this is a perfect example of a song that proves that the phenomenon known as like the Stockholm Syndrome is a real thing. Meaning, I first heard this song, I'm like, what? This is like the corniest, cheesiest, bad yacht rock song I ever heard. And then on my ride home today, I'm singing I'm like, this is kind of catchy. I think I'm kind of digging this. I can't believe I kind of like this. First of all, it starts off and I'm like, did he break a string on the guitar? Like, is the guitar tuned correctly? And the drums sound like very, very like soft. Like what's going on? His vocals are like very like whiny, like predictable. Then the chorus kicks in and there's like weird keyboards. And then it starts to get a little bit more elevated, turns up the volume. Then out of nowhere comes the most insane like saxophone. So look, I'm not going to lie. I found myself enjoying this song. I don't know why. Probably because I spent a couple of weeks listening to it, but it's not good, but it's, I mean, the best thing I can say is it's catchy in a bad way. I don't know.
Where Will They Run by Peter Criss and Stan Penridge.
It's 102 in the shade.
This is an
it's so bad.
Like the lyrics are stupid.
It's so bad.
Where will they run? Like, how? What is this song even about? I don't even understand.
Who's he talking about? Who's they? And why should they be running?
Why are people running?
Why should they be running?
Yeah. There's a lot of synth and keyboards in the background and in the front sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then a sax solo in a KISS song.
God.
Oh.
It's not KISS. It's not KISS. It's not KISS. It's Peter.
At the 2:35 mark.
Yep.
I want you to listen, Tom. Go back and listen to the Living in Sin type bass mistake that happens. Oh, 35. All of a sudden you have boom, boom, boom.
But there's a lot of that with the guitars. It's like is the string like all the strings
at 2:35.
All the stringed instruments sound weird in this.
I also I like Peter screeching when he does that at the end of this song. So
yeah, me too. Yep.
Let's see if we can find some love.
Okay, everybody, I found love. The opening bits to that's a 70s sitcom. Like I'm waiting for the camera to zoom in on like somebody's like zany, like, you know, like Mr. Furley or something like I'm like, what? And then the song, I'm like, what year is this? Is this like 1974? Like, what is this? And then you get into the bridge, like, I found love. It's like, you know what? I'm listening to the song, listen to the lyrics and like the groove and the vibe and the instrumentation. Like, it's like an after school special, like theme song. Like what? It's so bad and it's so cheesy. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do.
I Found Love by Peter Criss, Stan Penridge, and David Wolfart.
Again, this fucking guy.
But the lyrics aren't that bad now because he wrote
it. Right. Yeah.
I put the first line I have is decent, very 70s montage movie music.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes.
I put the lyrics and music is pretty good. you hit it on the head. Like you don't like this album, but then you're like, every fucking song, I know it. You know why I usually have a hard time remembering songs? If you're just getting into an album, you start listening, like, these are all bleeding. But in my head, I found love.
It's all catchy. Like you can't, right. They're all hooky, bad songs.
It's like that girl that Costanza.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't want to like him, but somehow it's stuck in her head.
That's right. Yep.
I like the chorus. The outro is pretty good with Peter and the back end vocals going back and forth. Peter screeching. There's another decent guitar solo on this. I don't know. It wasn't bad.
I mean, we're definitely grading on a scale here with this album. I mean, this is not like, we're not comparing this to like Destroyer or anything. So, I mean,
speaking of fucking catchy tunes, this one's next.
Oh my goodness. There's nothing better. So first it starts off, I'm like, all right, what do we got going in? It kind of sounds a little bit like Lynyrd Skynyrd, like the guitar tone, kind of like ripping a little bit.
Like a bar band, kind of like.
You know what it reminded me? You know what it reminded me of? Remember the scene in 48 Hours when Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte walk into that honky tonk bar and they're all like up there and the girls got like the chaps.
No, that song was their theme. What was it called? That song from 48 Hours was the song.
Oh, you're thinking of the other bar when it was the boys are back in town.
Yes.
No, that's the other bar. I'm talking about the honky
that's what I was thinking, like that.
No. But and then I'm like, okay, and then it's got like a very bouncy vibe. And then you got like we've said this before on other albums. It may have been Peter's album. Then you got like Rolf from the Muppets doing the piano in this.
Rolf from the Muppets is on the piano.
And then you got another like Lynyrd Skynyrd sounding guitar solo, which is kind of more horns. But I mean, it's not a good song, but it's fucking catchy. Yeah. It's annoying that you can't get these out of your head.
There's nothing better written by Peter Criss and Stan Penrick. You knew that it was gonna be written by those two.
That's right.
The guitar opening's pretty good. And the fucking catchy chorus.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better than you.
Dun, 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 dun,
There's nothing better than me. We broke all the rules.
Yeah, it's TV movie theme shit.
This is, I'm telling you, he cut this in the Budweiser commercial the same fucking week, probably. This Bud's for you. Dun, 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 dun. And there's nothing better than you. It's like
Seriously.
The piano. It's got that boogie woogie shit in it.
Yep.
Bar with a fucking bunch of peanuts on the floor. And, and everyone's in there and someone's like going nuts on the piano bar. And, and it's like almost like the Blues Brothers from Saturday Night Live type music.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, like saloon music type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Old time rock and soul music, I figure.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, definitely. Yep.
It's fun, but it's beyond simple.
It's so basic.
And again, another decent guitar solo. There's nothing better than Ty listening to this song, everyone out there, and then find yourself hours from now going, there's nothing better. You're like, what the fuck am I singing this terrible song?
You know, you listen to the words. So there's nothing better than me. There's nothing better than you. We broke all the rules. Maybe this is Shouted Out Loudcast's new theme song. Maybe we have Daryl Albert put a SIOL montage with this in the background.
There's nothing better than you is like the simplest lyrics. It makes like Ace lyrics look hard.
Oh, totally.
They say we broke all the rules, but that's the way it should be.
What?
Honey, right from the start, no one could tear us apart. And when the lights go down low, that's when we really know.
See?
It's almost like a little like Hooked on Rock and Roll. It's like, or Papa, what do you call it?
That's the kind of sugar.
That kind of, this could have fit on his solo album.
Yes, it could have.
Easily.
Yes. Yep.
All right, let's go to the title track.
All right, so Out of Control starts off with a little bit of a piano vibe, some kind of sounds, and then you get into the verses. It's like he's trying to be like tough guy, and his vocals sound good. Again, his vocals sound strong, but again, just horrendous lyrics, just terrible. The chorus is ridiculous. The name of the song is Out of Control. The chorus is terrible. It doesn't even fit with the flow of the song. Then near the end of the song, because it's like out of control, you get all these like weird like synthesizer effects, like, whoa, I'm out of control. Oh, everything's all wacky. And I'm like, oh God, it's just.
Tom, you don't like when that'll make you feel good. Now, sure, you can do it, and some think they could.
I mean, really, what are we doing? No.
The lyrics on
it's
this.
Just, I actually wrote that, said vocals strong, lyrics bad. Just.
Out of Control, written by Peter Criss and Stan Penridge, like I had to tell you.
It's so predictable, yep.
The lyrics are so simple. And again, you can predict within like one or two answers what the next line's going to be.
Yep.
I mean, at least this is kind of a rocker, I guess. There's a little cowbell before the chorus and another decent solo. I don't know. It's got a Psycho Circus type of chorus. Out of control. Like, okay.
Yep.
He's just Peter screeching out of control. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's put some words to this, Tom. Next.
Words. Oof. I mean,
I was waiting for you to go terrible, awful.
I'm trying to find a. I wrote horrendous on my notes. I mean, this is the worst kind of attempt at like an AM Gold, like soft rock, just pablum shit. And it just doesn't, it's just not good. It's, oh God, this is every time I like, this is a song where I found myself like giggling at how bad it is. And I'm like, what happened to Peter? It's just bad. It's terrible.
Peter Criss, Stan Pendridge, words. I'm like, is that a xylophone I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? I don't know. What, yeah, right. I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Peter's played this the last few concerts. He played it his last concert, I believe. He played it at Creatures Fest.
Oh, well, we missed it. We were probably in
So he
line
must
waiting
be
to see
fond
Vinny.
of this.
Were we in line waiting to see Vinny? We missed it, maybe?
He played words. I put it's a decent little ballad. It's Peter's wheelhouse. This would have fit on his solo album instead of Easy Thing, like that kind of, you know. The lyrics. I mean, this is about as deep as Peter and Stan can get. Not sure what kind of solo that is. I don't know if it's guitar, synth, or fucking keyboards. I can't even tell.
I know.
It's just, you're right. It's just AM Gold kind of stuff. Nothing to write home about.
Nope.
All right, let's go to the cover song next.
Okay, You Better Run. Now, I got to plead ignorant here. Swear to God, never knew that Pat Benatar covered You Better Run.
What?
Swear, I swear.
You remember the video with the white shirt, the stripes and the black, and her fucking like painted on like.
No. I remember Pat Benatar doing the song. I don't remember it being a cover song from another band.
Oh,
that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a Pat Benatar original.
Okay.
But then I look at this and I see Pat Benatar's version came out in July. Peter's album came out in September, so they recorded them right around the same time.
Actually, August 5th, 1980, and the others and Peter's came out September 8th as the albums came out.
Yeah, this version, I texted you. I said, Zeus, I think we have a new contender for one of the worst covers ever made. This is awful. It's terrible. And I think it suffers because of how iconic and awesome the Pat Benatar version is. Okay. This is bad. I understand what Peter's trying to do, but I think for me, because Pat Benatar's version is so fucking amazing, this one was very rough for me.
All right, so You Better Run is a cover song originally by the Young Rascals, written by Eddie Brigatti and Felix Cavalier. Pat Benatar had an MTV video. It came out on Crimes of Passion, her album, August 5th, 1980. And Peter's Out of Control came up September 8th, 1980. I disagree with you, Tom. I like the vocals. I think the guitar and the solo, I like the guitar work on this.
Okay.
I think Peter nails it. I think this is a great Peter vocal performance. I wish Peter did more songs like this. I think it's great. I think I can like both versions, the male and the female.
No. I agree. Yeah, I just didn't think this was well done.
I think it works. I wish he did more of this stuff. I actually like it.
Okay. I got you.
Let's go talk about My Life now.
My Life, another one that just starts off like a TV theme song and continues like a TV theme song. My life, dun, 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 is gonna be something. Dun, dun. It's like, dude, are you even trying? Now, this is funny because I know you get into the songwriting credits, but this is, I don't know. I'm trying. I am trying. I've listened to this multiple times. Open ears, open mind. I don't know what Peter's trying to do here. I don't know. I don't get it.
My Life, written by Peter Criss, David Wolfart, and David Buskin. I actually like the lyrics on this and the melody on it.
Okay.
I think the song works. I like the piano on it. I think there's good vocals.
Okay.
I think this could have wound up if made it a little heavier. Could have been on either Dynasty or Unmasked.
Oh, really?
I think this would have worked as Peter's Peter's song on that.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't think it would be as poppy-ish.
Okay, maybe
I think make it heavier.
Okay.
A decent. I think the solo is pretty good. Again, I don't know if it's Steve, but I mean, he does a great job. Whoever the guitarist is on this, I think this is a decent song. And if anything, even if you don't say it's decent, this is another one of those fucking earworms that stay with you.
I'll give you that.
The chorus
yes.
is with you. My life.
I agree with that. Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Let's go to the last track.
Feel Like Letting Go. Starts off very, very Elton John piano. Very I'm kind of digging the vibe because I love Elton. I like piano songs. And then, Peter. Oh, he's trying. I mean, I think he's trying, but it's just another attempt at just that cheesy late 70s, just syrupy shit. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me.
He's a singer-songwriter, Tom.
He's trying to be.
Feels Like Letting Go, written by Peter Criss, Stan Penridge. I think he must say that phrase at least 20 times.
Yep.
And it's literally, the song is just there for Peter to vocalize the title because he repeats it over and over and over again.
Yep.
Peter does do, there's some nice vacuum vocals on this. I like the build-up. There's a nice guitar solo again. Nice Peter screeching. I don't mind it. It's just repetitive, and it's just, Peter saying the same phrase over and over again.
Yeah, agreed.
And it just picks up a little bit as it goes. And it's like he's pleading. He's trying to be like a soulful singer. He thinks he's David Ruffin or something. I don't know. But that's it. There's a little hidden track, 14 seconds of Peter singing as time goes by. We're not going to count it.
No.
I don't know if that's a precursor to the alternative grunge movement that's coming up in a few years.
Right.
But we're not going to get into that.
No.
So, final thoughts?
So I got a weird conundrum here because I think the album is terrible. I'm just but some of the songs are catchy, and that annoys me that I find myself they're not look, just to clear the air, I'm a fan of yacht rock. I'm a fan of some of that cheesy AM. I don't seek it out, but this is just a poor attempt at a lot of what was popular at that time. So it's definitely not a good album, but some of the stuff is catchy. And I think maybe that's because of Peter's vocals. Maybe that's the thing that saves some of these songs from being complete and total trash, even though it's pretty close to being complete and total trash for me.
It's one of those things where I think about, what if Ace sang these songs?
Feel like letting go.
And then you'd be like, okay, is he doing more guitar on these songs? But then you trade off. You're like, yeah, but now it's Ace's vocals.
There's nothing better than you, Lara. There's nothing better than me. We broke all the rules. Now I gotta pee.
But you get my point, right? So
These would not be better
Overall.
if fucking Elvis did these songs, they're not going to be better.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I want to get like all defensive, like people like, Peter Criss, Peter.
And I love Peter. I'm a Peter guy, not as big as you,
Same
but I
here.
like Peter.
But I gotta be honest here, like, because it's Peter, I don't hate anything.
Of course, I know what you mean.
Like, I don't.
Me too.
There is some shit that Ace does that I'm like, I can't even listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that problem with Peter because I like Peter's voice.
Yes.
So
I agree. Yes.
it's okay. And if anything, he doesn't just do loud, bad music. So it's like soft, bad music. So it's not like, crazy thrash with terrible vocals. It's just soft, easy pussy type music. Sorry.
I don't think that's going to be on the.
What?
Usually on an album, you see Kerrang gives this 5 stars. Zeus says this is soft pussy music. 1 star.
Like I'm grading these things on a curve. I mean,
Well, this is a big fucking curve, dude.
yeah, exactly. We got to rank these songs now, Tom.
Oh, I know. You know what it is? I was looking at this like, this is like asking somebody to rank how I want to die. What's the worst possible way?
Shark bite, fire,
yeah, right.
Falling off a large building and suffering from waiting to fall down.
Listening to this album.
All right, Tom. Should I go first or you go first?
You can go first.
Number 10. I think I'm going to go with Where Will They Run? I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Oh, God, this is already going to be fucking great.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Okay, that's your number 10. My number 10 is, dude, how is By Myself not number 10?
Oh, because as I said, if it was later on the track, I wouldn't really mind it.
Okay.
All right. Next, I'm going to go with Jesus Christ.
I told you it's tough.
Jesus Christ, Mike. Jesus Christ. Let's get them all now while we got the muscle. Let's get rid of them all now, Tom. Like,
Jesus Christ, Mike.
I just put all my money behind producing this album. The guy just listened to it. God, Jesus Christ, Mike. Jesus Christ. You got to get your money back.
Fucking, what are we doing?
Honestly, I'm going to go with the title track.
Really?
Yeah, because I just...
Dude, how are you missing? You're missing songs that are just beyond horrendous right now.
I think...
Okay. Number 9 for me, easy. Words.
I'm going by what is not stuck in my head.
Okay.
And just because something rocks more, like, see, this is the problem I have. I'm going to go with In Trouble again. Because even though the song rocks more,
ranked 8th?
Yeah, it's just, I don't
Oh my goodness.
Dude, there's nothing here that sticks out. I could change this tomorrow and have it flipped.
I just figured that In Trouble again would just be like the obvious, like, top tier because it's okay. Fair enough. Number 8 for me is Feels Like Letting Go.
Number 7 is Words.
Number 7 is You Better Run.
I'm going to go with Feels Like Letting Go as 6. Okay.
My number 6 is My Life.
See,
dun.
I think what I'm going with, Tom, is what sticks in my head.
All right, that's fair. Okay.
So number 5 is By Myself.
Oh, goodness. Number 5 is Out of Control.
Number 4, I Found Love.
That's my number 4.
What I'm doing, Tom, is I'm running these titles through my head and which one I remember more, like sticks out.
Hey, whatever
whatever
gets you through this exercise.
I'm going 3 is My Life. My life.
My number 3 is There's Nothing Better Than You, babe. See, that right there. See, the fact that you instantaneously respond with laughter, that is not a positive thing.
Hey, fuckos, I'm going to bring out Space Ace. He's going to sing this next one. This one's called There's Nothing Better Than You. There's nothing better than you.
He should have
better than me.
They should have done this on the Bad Boys tour as a duet.
Yeah, they go back and forth. There's nothing better than you. No,
Hey,
me,
Pete.
Ace. Me. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Hey,
There's nothing better than you, Pete. There's nothing better than me. We broke all the rules.
These lyrics are complicated. Can you dumb it down for me?
Yeah, look at this song I wrote, Dancing with Danger. It's a little bit more easy to understand. Juvenile Delinquent. These are hit records. The fuck?
He's brilliant. There's nothing better than you. All right.
The off-Broadway performance of Chris Freely.
Oh,
Go ahead.
all right. Number 2, I'm going to go with You Better Run.
Okay. My number 2 is Where Will They Run? Just because of those the saxophone and the weird guitars.
You like the sax solo? Dude, I will tell you, the number 1 song for me on this album is because if this is on shuffle, if I'm in my car and I have like Kiss shit on shuffle and this song comes on, it'll put a big smile on my face. I'll start laughing and enjoying it.
There's nothing better than you, Zeus.
There's nothing better than me. They said we broke all the rules.
You know, when Ace says there's nothing better than me, he's doing that thumb thing.
Oh,
He does
absolutely.
with New York Groove.
And he's flicking fucking pics at people. Number 1 for you?
God. Oh, number 1 for me is In Trouble Again. Oh, God.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem I have, Tom. Like, the heavier songs doesn't mean they're better. The more guitar and stuff.
No. I just honestly think that's the better song. I just thought it was
I'm
a
just
better
saying,
song.
like, the opposite sometimes happens for me. Like,
no, that's fair.
You know what? I'd be less embarrassed about this song, but I just don't. You know what? If I like that easygoing shit, I can, on my own, I could listen to it by myself. Do do do.
It's like he's playing like the pan flute or something.
Hey,
that thing. What the?
Hey, Pete, can you turn down the lights? The mood strikes me to sing this song by myself.
It's a hidden track on Anomaly.
One's written by my best friend, Pepe Castro. That's Peter Criss. Peter Criss. By myself.
I'm picturing like a bar stool and a spotlight, and him sitting there with like a fucking Marlboro Red in his fingers, like a glass of scotch. By myself. Fucking Paul and Gene, they made me by myself.
Ace is at his concert. His manager got arrested. His girlfriend just dumped him for somebody else. By myself. I have no money to get a hotel room.
By myself. I got no ride home.
Anybody see my sneakers?
See, can't even do a Peter album without turning into an Ace album. He's just a gift that keeps on giving.
Tom, we ranked the songs. Now we actually have to rank them against the albums that we've covered before that are from KISS members.
Yeah.
So what we've done in the past, we did Vinnie Vincent Invasion's All Systems Go. We did Ace Frehley's Trouble Walking. I have a lot of trouble walking. We did Eric Singer's Badlands.
Yep.
And then we did Paul Stanley's Soul Station.
Yep.
First thing we do is we do the cover. Tom, do you have your rankings?
I do. So for covers, I have at number 4, Now and Then, Paul Stanley Soul Station. Number 3, Ace Frehley Trouble Walking. Number 2, Badlands. And number 1, Vinnie Vincent Invasion, All Systems Go. I'm actually going to put this cover at number 1. I think the artwork is colorful. I think it's creative. I like the imagery. I mean, let's be honest. The covers of the other albums we've done have been terrible. I mean, Vinnie Vincent just says the V. Badlands is a band photo. Ace is him with a fucking puppet string. And I like the artwork. I think it's clever. The exploding jukebox and stuff. I think it's kind of neat. So number 1 for me.
All right. So at number 4, I had Trouble Walking. Then Now and Then, Paul Stanley. And then Badlands, and then All Systems Go. I think we only had Trouble Walking Now and Then switched. But
yep.
I'm doing the same thing. Out of
Okay,
control.
cool.
At least it's original. It's something different. And if anything, do you look at it longer than you would look at the other ones?
Well, let's be glad we're not doing Let Me Rock You with him coming out of the shower and whatever the fucking album cover that is. But we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah. So now we rank the album versus the other albums.
Yep.
Tom, you want to tell everybody how you ranked the previous albums?
Yep. So number 4, Soul Station. Number 3, Trouble Walking. Number 2, All Systems Go. Number 1, Badlands. Now, you have just listened to me rail against this album and how I think it's very poorly written and constructed. However, I'm going to fight the forces of nature here that draw me back to this album occasionally. It's not going to be last. Soul Station is still going to remain last.
Really?
Now, Alex, let me explain, because I know this might not. Soul Station is a much better performed and written and arranged and produced album. No questions asked. But every once in a while, I think I might want to listen to like In Trouble Again, or like There's Nothing Better Than, like, I'm not going to want to go back to listen to Soul Station. I'm just not.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I've told you, this album got into my head. Yep.
Okay. So it's number 4 for you.
It's number 4. Yep.
Okay. All right, Tom, I've had number 4, Trouble Walking, 3, Now and Then, number 2 is Badlands, and number 1 is All Systems Go. I'm fighting with Ace at 4 because Trouble Walking is just,
dude. Trouble Walking's a good album.
Yeah, dude.
It's got some good songs. I know. Come on, but go ahead. You do your thing.
If you told me I could keep one album with me, if I could take one album with me to Greece for the next 3 weeks, I'm taking Out of Control. So that's number 4 for me.
Okay.
Over Trouble Walking. Ace's
wow.
voice. His songs have no melody. It's just,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, I can listen to a lot of Paul Stanley Soul Stations. I think some of those songs are good. His band is awesome. I can listen to the songs and actually enjoy them.
I really like Trouble Walking. I like a lot of those songs on there, but okay.
I understand.
I got you.
Yeah, you know me. I'm not a big
I know
solo guy.
No, that's neither am I. Definitely neither am I.
You're talking about Ace's some of his contributions on Kiss. Yeah, I mean,
right.
We're talking.
Okay.
See, the thing is, between the two of them, I'll take Ace's. I'll take Peter's voice over Ace's guitar.
But I look at it. I look at it as more. I take the songs on Trouble Walking over the songs on Out of Control.
I'm just got a lot of trouble walking. Don't be out of control about it.
Fair enough.
All right, Tom, that's an album review of a Peter Criss solo album. Whew. That was a little rough.
Oof, but it was fun. It was fun.
There's nothing better than... See, it's already in my head. I just got myself.
And that's why I didn't rank it last, because I can't get these damn songs out of my head.
Some of you people out there are going to be like, there's nothing better. What the fuck am I doing?
That's right. Earworm, baby.
Yep. All right, Tom. What we do next is we go to Question of the Week. You got something?
We do. And the potluck goes to America's favorite realtor, Joey Romanek, gets Question of the Week this week.
Oh, wow.
I was curious to know who you thought was the bigger waste of talent and which guy squandered his abilities as a guitarist and songwriter, Ace or Vinny. Then he continues, for me, it's Ace. Vinny came in hot and helped Kiss write some great tunes, but I don't think anyone would say that Vinny was as influential in the rock world as Ace was. From 73 through 80, Ace wrote some amazing songs and played iconic solos, and then he just stopped. Stopped recording music, stopped touring, stopped progressing as a player. Yes, he's been releasing music on a regular basis over the last few years, while Vinny has been Vinny. But the music Ace is putting out isn't good, his playing is terrible, and his performances. To me, Ace has coasted on the first 9 Kiss records for for the last 40 years, and that's a shame. He could have been on the Mount Rushmore of guitarists. Thanks, guys. Would love to know what you think.
That is such a great question. You can go many different ways with this.
I agree.
See, I look at the high points. Ace's guitar solos, Vinny's guitar solos. In KISS, I'm talking about. I'm not sure if I like anything better than fucking A Million to One's guitar solo, honestly.
Yeah.
But so even the songs that Ace wrote, Cold Gin, Parasite, classics, they're not some of my favorite KISS songs, but he does, like, he's instrumental in the KISS sound way more than like I need that original KISS sound more than I need the 80s 2 albums that Vinny was on. But Vinny at his high point, there's nothing better.
See, you're never going to be able to start a sentence with "there's nothing" the same way again.
I think I need to get a clip of that, and every time we do it, I'm going to drop. There's nothing better than you.
Do it.
I can't see Ace, for me, writing anything better than that time of year that Vinny did. So at his best, I don't think Ace can write a song like that. I don't. Plus, Ace, I know we crap on him, has put out some shit. You know, he's put out albums since he's left KISS. Vinny's done nothing. He did the 2 albums from Vinnie Vincent, and that's it. Who squandered it? Vinny has, in my opinion.
Yeah, without a doubt. I totally agree. Ace, I mean, Joey said, like, he said it, like, Ace has put out a ton of stuff. He's toured consistently. Some of it might not be great.
Yeah.
Some of these albums might be terrible. Some of them might be good, but at least he's working at putting out material and working at touring and working at doing something. Vinny is a supremely talented songwriter. When he wants to get his head screwed on straight and tight, he can certainly play the guitar. But I think, you know, he just battles demons that are well publicized, that have ruined his ability to contribute more to the music world. And I think he has squandered more, because I think Vinny is a very, very talented individual.
Well, just no need to go that far back. Look at what we just did. We just ranked albums outside of KISS. A lot of people say Trouble Walking is Ace's best solo album, right?
I think it is.
I don't think it's even fucking close to All Systems Go.
Oh, God. No. Oh, no, it's not even.
But that's my point.
It's not right.
So
exactly.
Look how high he is, and who fucking squandered that.
That's right.
Outside of KISS. Now, in some sense, Vinny can do it without KISS.
Totally.
But I think he needs somebody to rein him in. I don't think Ace can do it without KISS.
Zeus, me and you, we've waved the flag of All Systems Go forever. Yeah. That album is one of the great rock albums of the 80s. It's fucking awesome.
So much fun.
It's such a great pop metal, hair metal album.
Oh, and to think though, like, what is Ace really blown your mind? If Ace Frehley was never in KISS and his solo career was out there, I'd be fucking laughing my ass off even more.
No,
like, who the fuck listens to this shit?
Joey said it perfectly. We see this on social media. Ace rides the coattails of the Spaceman, the Kiss It, which is fine. Good for him. Dude. But he's not putting out good product. His last 2 albums, like Anomaly, Space, and those albums are horrendous.
Yeah.
They're not good.
I will give him credit, though. There are some people that really enjoy his solo work. They like that.
I like his early album.
Rocking albums out. Okay.
I think some
it doesn't work for me. I don't like them.
I think some of his first few are good albums for that era, of the 80s.
Well, it was better because he had the guy like Todd in his band that could actually sing, John Reagan and Anton Fig. He had a good band with him. Not that he doesn't have it with the Talisman now. Right. They're not putting out his albums.
Right. No, you're right. Great question. America's favorite realtor coming in hot on the question of the week.
Tom, where can people find us?
We say it every week. Go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's the place to find everything. All of our episodes, Shout It Out Loudcast, Dorm Damage, ARC, Zeppelin Chronicles, everything. Links to our social media, links to our Patreon. And again, a huge shout out and thanks to our newest member, Michael Kreider. You can find links to our merch. We can find all the cool new merch and great new stuff designed by our buddy Jeff Trott. Our Amazon shopping link. You can send us messages directly through the website. You can comment on individual episodes directly through the website. So please go there. It's got everything you need. And of course, our email that we get, we love getting your emails. shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. And if you want to be question of the week, we read one every week, and we're going to be doing our mailbag episode probably at the end of the summer or beginning of the fall. So start sending in those questions through the website or through email or through our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. And we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
Yeah, you can DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel. YouTube is really grown for us. So if you're there, say hello, make sure you're subscribing, and please give us one of those 5-star child reviews on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you can give us a 5-star review. We read them on the air when you do give us one. We appreciate those. That's another great way of helping us. As we always talk about ways to help the show, join our Patreon family. A special shout out again to Michael Kreider for joining. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can give us a 5-star child review. You can go to our Amazon channel. You can go to our merch on our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, shoutitoutloudcast.com. Jeff Trott, the great Jeff Trott, comes up with great new designs. So check it out. Make sure you go right to our website, look in the merch, click on the merch button. That'll take you right to our Amazon store, and check it out. See what we got that's new there that you might like. There's a Pandemic Paul one out there. There's a Do You Like KISS? Actually, I should say it correctly. I KISS. There's plenty of stuff out there, and you check it out, and that helps us out tremendously. You can always email us at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Tom, I'm going to read that our friend Brandon Stout's message again from Changing Bookstores. We read it last week because you guys still have some time to make it. And Changing Hands Bookstore in Arizona, they're hosting an event. So they've had all the members of KISS host events there. It turns out they've had tons of rock stars over the years. And they're bringing Songwriter Hall of Fame inductee Holly Knight to their Tempe store. She'll be there Thursday, July 13th, with her book, I Am the Warrior, My Crazy Life Writing the Hits and Rocking the MTV 80s. So if you're in the Phoenix area, don't miss what should be a fun event at Changing Hands Bookstore. You can listen to Holly talk about her book, ask her some questions, get your book signed, take a photo with her. Again, 7 p.m. Thursday, July 13th at Changing Hands Bookstore in Tempe, Arizona, or go to changinghands.com. That's changinghands.com. And check it out. And Tom, what we like to do is end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Oh, I do. My life. It's going to mean something. My life. It's going to be that way. This time, it's going to be different. My life. It's going to start today.
Deep words, Tom.
Absolutely.
Well, you know where I'm going.
Of course I do.
There's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than me.
Dun, dun, dun.
They say we broke all the rules, but that's the way it should be. You know that song's going to be stuck in your head.
Oh, God damn you.
Loudcasters, KISS Army, Peter Criss, Out of Control Tards. Everybody
Guys,
out there, thank you so much.
Guys, we love you. Thanks for everything so much. Huge, huge debt of gratitude to everybody out there, especially for feedback on last week's episode. Loudcasters, Patreons, Chris Tards. By myself, Tards. And Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Peter's a little too old and a little too out of shape to do a 2-hour set.